It's Bob and Tom This Week, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
I don't know, I feel it. Coming up, our good friend, comedian Al Jackson from the Daily Blast.
Yeah.
Also, comedian Greg Warren will be joining us on the Zoom.
Whatever.
As he calls the track phone hotline. One of Josh's closest friends.
Yeah, you can tell by the way he
wonderful guy.
talks about him.
That's what guys do. Do ladies do that?
No.
No, ladies do it worse.
Yeah, ladies.
They're your best friend right up until you walk to the bathroom. And then it's just gab, gab, gab.
Do you believe that whore? What is she wearing that for?
Shirt. Do you ever call any of your friends? Behind their back, refer to them as a whore? Kristen?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm a little old for that.
Do you have any that are?
Do you have any phone numbers?
No.
Yeah, can we get Godwin laid? Maybe they'll calm him down.
Gosh.
One of your friends will bang old Godwin.
Yeah.
Old Godwin.
We're all in for 20.
Oh,
We're all in for $20.
Really?
Yes, that's right.
Let's see how many.
Let's make a prostitute out of one of your
let's
friends.
see. Ace is in for 20.
Think of Godwin
I don't have any friends left now. Thank you.
Think of Godwin like a grenade, and she's throwing herself on him. Why not?
Taking it for the team.
Yes.
Just painting a very bad picture.
Save the company.
Now, you're going to get a nice letter from someone that listens, Pat.
Oh, I get those.
Well, if you want laid so bad, why
Could we
don't
move on? Let's introduce everyone. There's Chick, there's Josh, there's Willie G, Patty G, of course, being abused in the other room, Christy in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. This is Tom speaking, and ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Speaking of ladies, I remember this one time I was in a bar. This woman came up to me and said, "I want to show you a good time."
Oh, how about that?
So when we got outside, she ran the 40-yard dash in 4 seconds.
That's a good time.
That's pretty funny.
That's a great time, in fact.
I think Bo Jackson has the unofficial record, like 4.1 or something.
Okay. I did not see that coming. I loved it.
I like that very much. Thank you very much, Ace Cosby.
Oh, gosh.
We're joined by comedian Greg Warren with, look at those blue eyes and
that shirt makes your eyes pop.
That blue, is that terry cloth?
Are you frozen?
It's not terry cloth.
Yeah, I like your Cookie Monster outfit.
It really gets the dames, huh?
Greg, you look very handsome this morning. And I love the crossword puzzle behind your head.
Very artistic.
Very nice.
Maybe some dental work.
Hey, Josh, I like the Snuffleupagus outfit.
I could say you didn't know if you wanted to say it until I called you a dork forever.
Is that a bathrobe or is that an actual shirt?
No, it's a sweatshirt. It's a hoodie, is what.
Dude, it looks crazy comfortable.
What are you,
Smurf?
Do they have bathrobes with hoods on them? Am I not the right person?
Yeah, of course they do.
Yeah, the monks do. The monks wear bathrobes with hoods on them, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't have one of those?
I've never seen one of those. No.
Greg, may I ask, is that a St. Louis Blues sweatshirt?
No, it's a wrestling sweatshirt.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
What? I haven't heard anything about that.
You never talk about that.
You wrestled?
Yeah, boy. Yeah. I wrestled back in the day, Chick. Yeah.
And my dad was a coach. And, I also played flute in the band.
Two-time state champion.
Could you let the man speak?
Greg, how many times? Greg, how many times were you the state champion?
Twice.
Very nice.
You don't get to talk. As Greg's explained it to me, you don't get to talk about it unless you won it at least twice. One-timers don't get it to say
Is that true?
Yeah, they have no voice.
Well,
at the
I know.
table.
No voice.
Let me ask you this, Greg. I know that you were working for a big company when you started in comedy, and you're kind of doing it on the weekends and stuff. And
Yeah.
tell me about. Do you mind if I go back and ask you the origin story, the Greg Warren early days in comedy?
Sure, man. I was in Columbia, Missouri in college, and I worked at a bar called Deja Vu, and they had comedy there. And there's this guy, I don't know if Josh met him or not, Freddie DeMarco.
I never did, and I wish
he was like kind of like my comedy coach. He was like hard on me, but he was really looked after me. And when I got out of college, I was going to do comedy, and I chickened out, and I took a job at Procter & Gamble.
Nice, safe job.
Yeah, it was a really good job. And I called Fred and I was like, Fred, I took a job at Procter & Gamble. Greg, well, why would you do that? I mean, what are you doing that for, Greg? I go, Freddie, it's a good job. It's a good job if you want to be bored for the rest of your life. Jesus Christ, Greg. Why don't you join the monastery? You have more fun in your life. I mean, you're going to sell soap the rest of your life. I go, Fred, I'm in the food division. I'm selling peanut butter. Oh, peanut butter. Why didn't you say so, Greg? I mean, that's a whole different story. You got your crunchy, you got your creamy. I mean, the broads are going to go crazy for you. I'll tell you what, Jesus Christ, I tell you what, just put a gun in your mouth and get it over with, Greg.
Freddie.
That was Freddie.
Man, come on.
So 10 years later, I quit P&G, and I had stayed in touch with Fred, and he let me do comedy every now and then up there. I always, did it at night. I was living in Cincinnati, and I'd listen to you guys back then. It was when I first heard you guys, and I would, so I called Fred, and I go, Fred, I did it. I quit my job. He goes, Craig, why would you do that? It's a good job, Greg. What are you doing? You had your benefits, you had your stock options. I go, Freddie, I told you to do it 10 years ago. You're not a young guy, Greg. I mean, it's a tough business, next thing you know, you could be depressed. You run out of money. Next thing you know, you're gonna have a gun in your mouth.
Freddie. Yes, sir.
Greg, is Freddie still around?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
I know you've had lunch with him and stuff, but...
Yeah, I'm tight with him, man.
Yeah, good.
I don't want to misrepresent it. Like, he was very good to me. Like, he really looked after me.
Was he the bartender?
No. He owned the comedy club.
Pat, did you know him?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, Pat, you probably knew him, yeah.
What a character.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's right, Pat knew him. Yeah, and he was like... He kind of like his word was gold in the Midwest. So like when I did make that phone call about Procter & Gamble, but at the end he was like, yeah, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but let me make a couple of calls and try to get you some work. 30 weeks, like the next day.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
Yeah, his word was gold back then,
Yeah.
But he's one of those guys, like he would also, when I was younger, Craig, he's a good looking guy, but he would always like look in the mirror when like I was in college. He was probably in his 50s and he looked in the mirror. Craig, let me ask you something. When does the aging process begin? He was a character, but he would, Craig, don't get married. Whatever you do, don't get married, Craig. Don't get married. And now he's like, Craig, when I said don't get married, I mean don't get married. Jesus Christ, you're 52 years old. What's wrong with you?
Greg Warren is our guest. Am I correct, Greg, in saying that you were going to be at the Comedy Attic this weekend? Is that right?
Yeah. And
seriously?
Yeah.
And then at the Toledo Funny Bone the following week?
Tom. Don't
I'm
bring
sorry.
That up with,
You'll be
don't bring it up with Josh in the room.
Slowly I turn.
So, Greg, you'll probably stop in town and crash on Josh's couch just like old buddies, like old times, right? Are you going to...
Yeah.
No.
Come on over, man. I got a sleep number bed. You can have the one side. Set it to whatever you want.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Isn't that a
Greg,
nice
you're
offer?
breaking his heart.
You got a video there.
Yeah, okay.
Tom, they're letting me bring a feature act to Toledo Funny Bone. And it's been 10 years since they've let me do that.
Yeah, the last time they did, it didn't work out
The last time it did not work out well.
Are you bringing Josh?
You mean the cooler?
There's your
They got a
punchline.
picture of him up there with an X through it.
Yeah, they've got my photo up.
Hey, one bad week.
Yeah, it was a bad week.
Well, but it was...
You could redeem yourself this time.
Was it 6 bad shows, 7 bad shows? How many?
I got an email
I think
recently.
it was 5 horrible shows and 1 mediocre show.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what it was.
Your Sunday show, you did good, though, right? The last one on Sunday?
He did good on the
I did all right, yeah. I fooled
we
him.
cut him to 6 minutes.
Exactly. And again, Greg's not lying.
Okay, Greg. And I should also point out that Greg has a comedy special that is on Amazon Prime, and it's called Corn Soup.
That's right.
That's what it is. Give me that. Give me that
Willie.
corn
Thank
soup.
you.
No, it's not on my list here,
It's called
Greg.
Where the Field Corn Grows, and it's great.
Thank you,
I
Willie.
didn't say it wasn't
Thank you
great.
very much.
It's not on my sheet.
It's
I can't
wonderful.
remember every project from every person.
You're going to love it.
A lot to do here.
Where the field corn grows.
Yeah.
You learn a lot about corn.
Okay.
Okay, now
Yeah, not a lot about comedy.
Yeah, you spend most of it watching Craig's special. You go, huh?
I didn't know that about
actually,
corn.
on a serious note, Greg, I know that on this show, when we joke about anything we don't know much about, which is virtually everything, we will get letters correcting us. Have you, are any of the statements you make about actual corn, have they been contested by any of the people who have watched the special?
No, I mean, because mostly I admit that I don't know anything. And they get that I'm kind of stupid when it comes to agriculture. So everybody, I got a lot of great feedback, and of course, one lady just furious that I would just take shots at agriculture. Just
not
didn't
understanding
get what I was doing. Just you're an awful person, and my husband's a farmer.
Oh, dude, this thing couldn't be more pro farmer, and
yeah.
It's one of the finest comedy specials I've seen in a very long time.
Thank you. Hey, Tom,
nice.
you said, you mentioned learning something. I learned just this past month that prog rock
Yes, yeah.
is not music from Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, if you were doing a crossword puzzle, that's really going to throw you. Having those extra letters
I
in
never
there.
thought yes never sounded Czech.
Owner of the lonely heart. Okay, now we have
And
to.
this prog rock is slapping.
That's
Nicely done. Chick.
very good, Chick. I was just going to ask to bring Greg into today's topic, which of course is your top 3 cheeses.
Oh.
Greg, off the top of your head, your favorite 3 cheeses?
Top 3 cheeses, Greggy.
Well, I'm going to go back to when I ate cheese.
Because he doesn't eat cheese. I was going to say that.
But I would say I'm a big,
That's right.
I'm going to say I always enjoyed a good cheddar.
Yes. Sure.
And then I'm going sort of a Jack cheese, a Monterey Jack cheese, and then
This is like asking an alcoholic what their favorite booze was.
No, it's not. No, it's not like that. It just upsets my stomach. It's
So does booze.
But I mean, did Josh pick Provel? I mean, I just being from St. Louis, I feel like I have to say Provel because it's
Provel.
only
From Emos.
Yeah, Provel is kind of a St. Louis thing, and it's a mixture of provolone and mozzarella, essentially.
and I think something else. That's
Yeah, I
three.
think
It's
you're right.
American, I
Provolone.
think, is in there.
Huh.
Wait,
Provolone.
You said
Okay.
provolone and mozzarella.
American's in there too, I think.
Gotcha.
It's-
So why is this lack of cheese? Is this a flatulence issue?
Well, I don't. Yeah, I would say probably part of that. It's just, but yeah, more like it just doesn't.
That's why
feel
your
good.
your previous album, Last Train to Chartville.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That was the name of it.
Well.
Greg and I have spent a lot of time on the road together in cars. If I had made that joke, I'm not kidding, he would have pulled over, kicked me out, and left me in the snow for an hour until I learned my lesson.
Yeah. And don't give him. He would have come back.
You walked to Toledo.
It would have been Last train to Chartville.
Well, it's is it a lactose intolerance thing?
Leave the man alone.
He's got a special diet. He feels, but the good thing is,
I had a bunch of stomach problems several years ago, and I through a lot of experimentation, and finally this holistic doctor and adjusted my diet, and I feel better. So,
Okay. Did it make the ear grow back?
Did it make the ear grow back?
See, that's just a
now
cheap
he's making
shot.
it sound like I don't have an
Cheap
ear.
shot.
Greg Warren, of course, born without an ear.
Well, you might as well not have one. I mean, it's not worth anything.
Do you eat cauliflower, or does it?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Do you think it's kind of somewhat ironic?
My God, you are such a jerk.
You know, Tom, I never really
Cannibalistic?
thought of that. Cannibalistic. Yeah, Tom.
He has ears of corn.
Cauliflower ear from the from the wrestling.
Wrestling?
Okay. What's the name of that special again? Where the corn is green? What is it?
It's corn soup, I believe.
Corn soup.
Where the field
Corn soup.
The minute you said corn soup, I knew I named it the wrong thing.
Okay. Now, we were talking the other day. No, this might have been this morning, in fact, now that I think about it. Josh was correcting himself. He had stated on the air that he thought the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High was overrated, and we all felt it was not.
What?
And then you said what, Josh?
I said, this was like 4 months ago when I went, you know what, I'm kind of starting to think Fast Times is a little overrated. But I watched it again over the weekend, and I was way wrong. It is nearly perfect.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
We were talking Physical Graffiti, the album.
I laughed and laughed.
And, of course, one of the great characters from that movie is Damone.
Oh, yeah.
And you're famous for your impression. For those that have seen the movie,
I know what I look like. You know, Stacy, this is really great iced tea.
Right.
Man, that is dead on.
Do you have any tickets?
Where were
No,
you?
I don't have any Blue Oyster Cult. Where were you last week? I ate 34 pairs of Van Halen.
It's such a subtle impression.
It's so great.
Brilliant. It's
And
brilliant.
Greg, you, the actor, is it Richard Romanus? What is
Robert Romanus.
Okay, thank
The
you.
Night
I
Stalker.
just learned his dad was a big-time actor.
It's not the Night Stalker
What?
stuff.
Yes, you're right. I saw his dad recently in The Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox.
Oh,
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
I like him.
he was in Everybody Loves Raymond, too.
No, that was Everybody Loves Romanus.
Oh, I thought that was Ray Romanus. Wasn't he the star of Everybody Loves
chick.
Raymond?
No.
What is
Swing and a miss. They can't
Robert
be all
Romanus
hits.
in? Is he still working out there?
I don't, man. I
You
don't
met him,
even know.
right?
Oh, Robert Romanus. He hasn't worked in a while. He was did a run on Will and Grace, and
Yes.
he had But yeah, I did meet him, Pat. I met him in a Starbucks in L.A., and he could not have been nicer, man.
Awesome.
I never bothered celebrities out there. It's just like a thing you don't do, but I couldn't help it. My buddy Claude was like, "That's Damone. You got to talk to him." I go, "Hey man, I'm a comedian." I go, man, I'm a big fan. I think I kind of became a comedian because I started doing an impression of you in college. He goes, "So you're a comedian, huh?" I'm gonna have to come check you out someday.
Now,
So awesome.
Did you do him for him?
No, I couldn't do it, man. I didn't.
Good. No, I think that's
Would be a lot of pressure.
Probably
Okay.
does.
Once again, Greg Warren. He's my iced tea buddy. He's my New York Times crossword puzzle buddy.
When are you going to be on his podcast, Tom?
No, I should be on it.
Crossword puzzle.
Greg,
Tom, you gotta get on that thing before we kill it.
Crab apple at all.
And for those of you who missed it, Josh was hearing breathing earlier, and it turns out it was Pat Godwin. So Pat, of course, reacting as he always does, will be upset and carried around, and then magnify it the rest of the morning. to be funny.
Mouth breather.
Here
Pat
we go.
Godwin is
I
over
got
there.
too close to the mic
There we
looking
go.
at a story.
Okay, and then Willie G is right there. He's one of my sons, one of the 7 children. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, good to see you, son number 2. This is Tom speaking, and we haven't seen Willie or Pat for quite some time.
no. We missed you guys.
I missed you guys too.
Okay, everything okay in the homestead, Pat?
Yeah.
Everything's okay. Okay, good. Now, do you have? I gave you a few topics. Are you ready for the song already?
I could do something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Already, okay.
Every breath I take, every move I make, every single break, every breath I take, I'm annoying you. Every single day, no matter what I say. Every song I play, Josh has something to say. I'm annoying you. That's all I got right
Okay,
there.
that's very good. Okay.
And you know me in documentaries. It's called Some Kind of Heaven. It's on, I watched it on the iTunes or Apple, how you get your movies. It's about the unbelievable retirement community in Florida.
Oh,
The
yes.
Villages. It is an amazing documentary.
I read about that.
Oh, my
I
God.
didn't know where I could find it. I can't wait to
You have
watch
to
it.
pay for it right now.
Oh.
Josh, let's get a bet going. The over-under on how many women Chick gets when he gets into the retirement home after 1 year. Chick, you're going to crush in the retirement home.
You're going to be smashing?
You're going to be the coolest guy in there, Hawaiian shirt on, cigar.
He'll be DJing at night.
You never like the cigar.
Turn the beat around. I used to play this on the radio.
Look, Martha, it's Dorothy. No, it's Martha now. Oh, yeah, I've always wanted to be a bully at in the old folks' home. You're not.
This is more of a.
Hey, Arthur, you're finished with that butterscotch pudding. Shut up!
But it's my birthday.
Is it like 8 women to every man there?
Oh, Chick, yeah. I think so, yeah. He is going to clean up.
I didn't know that was the case, but it's interesting. You saw that stat right away.
I think Godwin will clean up.
No,
too.
I just read about it.
In a brochure you got for your mom?
Oh, my God.
Now, when you say...
I read about this documentary, you tool.
Oh, sorry.
Now, when you say Godwin will clean up, are you assuming that he'll be doing janitorial duties?
Christy,
a wiper. Don't slip on a tapioca.
It is legal to package up people and ship them out of the country. You know that, Christy,
it is?
right? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Does FedEx do that, or who do I call?
Yeah, FedEx will do it. They have to be for you.
Christy, to answer your question, there are more than a dozen. There are a lot of men who have played Tarzan.
Oh, I know. I just looked it up.
I forgot that we were talking about Tarzan. I just looked over and my dad is scrolling through several shirtless guys. What the hell are you looking at?
I just had no idea.
Oh, yeah, those guys they got a lot of chest pieces, too, you know?
Johnny Weissmuller had some man boobs on him, though. He wasn't as fit as I would have expected.
He's a thicker Tarzan?
Yes.
It was a different time. They didn't have the steroids and other things.
Oh, I thought back then they had drive-thrus and all the treetops. Just swinging through, getting soda.
Yeah.
That was, and of course, they used to always mix up the animals.
What do you mean mix them up?
Well, they'd have animals that you wouldn't find in, presumably he was in Africa.
Oh, and they would put a tiger in there or something?
They would have
a grizzly bear.
Yeah, but God, when I was a kid, I used to love it. The point I was going to make was in Greystoke. Oh, you probably know this, Josh. Do you remember the female of interest in that movie?
I don't. No.
I know what you're going to say.
I haven't seen it since I was little.
Didn't they? Was it Andy McDowell?
Yeah, Andy McDowell.
Yeah.
It was her first movie, and the producers watched it and said, "We don't like the voice," and they overdubbed or whatever you call it. Glenn Close is doing all the talking, matching her lips.
Oh, no kidding.
Why didn't they just replace Andy McDowell?
Because I think they'd already filmed the thing.
I think I asked that about every movie Andy McDowell's ever been in.
Absolutely.
Oh, she's nice. She's great.
That's how good.
4 weddings and a funeral. Come on.
Groundhog Day.
That's how good that movie is.
Exactly. Same with 4 Weddings.
Yes.
If they can overcome her.
She's supposed to be this devastatingly beautiful.
Maybe there's an electricity that others see.
Well, I'm glad that you see
What is the gray cloud that went up your ass this morning?
All right. Why do you think that I have a gray cloud?
No, I did. You open up attacking Godwin.
No, I'm not really attacking Godwin.
It was funny.
I'm more attacking his lungs.
Oh, so just the source of his life.
I thought that would go. Look.
His broadcast prowess could use a little work. Certainly.
We all know that sometimes this job is a trapeze act. Okay?
Yes, it is.
When I let go of a swing,
dear God.
I need one.
I am not the catcher.
I need one for you.
Every now and then,
stronger rope.
And sometimes you're not there to catch me, and so then some things fall flat.
All of us.
No, if I had to catch you in a trapeze, what would fall flat would be the tent.
Oh, whoa.
You know what? Now I am in a bad mood.
You set
I'm
yourself
in a much
up
better
for that.
mood.
The trapeze analogy, where else could I go? The concept of gravity came in, and I realized...
You didn't have to go down Obesity Road.
Yeah, you could have said relay race or something. No, because then he would have said running. Yeah.
Nothing I would have said.
There's no way to win.
I'm sorry, we have some truck driver requests we're going to get to.
For all of us to
just
stay
be
home.
nice?
What the hell's wrong with you?
Once again, blatant hostility. No one does.
Well, this is the Bob and Tom Show. That's what's going on.
That's right.
Ace Cosby is over there. He's our engineer. Josh is in the sidekick chair. Christy's, of course, in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. This is Tom speaking. Willie G is over there. Chick McGee.
But you didn't hear any of our voices, so it's almost like, why did he even bother introducing us?
Thanks for saying that, Chick.
Okay, I'll do it again.
That's right, you will.
All right.
And you'll be happy about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
To say our names but not let us speak so that people can put a voice to the name?
Okay, that dick is Josh.
Or is he being funny? The eternal question.
There's...
Wait a minute.
Chick McGee making an inquiry. Christy, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, I can recognize your voice now.
Thank you.
Now people
Pat, strum on your guitar.
Turn the piano on.
None of that made sense.
As you can see, Pat's in the next room. It's
Prepared.
unbelievable. Okay.
Al,
Ready to
buckle
go.
up, Al.
Willie G.
Look at Al's got the guns out today.
Al
my
Jackson
Al.
joins us
Put
with.
some clothes on.
Are you
Gosh.
lifting
Sick
weights
over
there, Al?
Gigolo.
I got up late today.
How dare you put
this is
gay
what I
thoughts
slept in. Over and over and over again.
Look at those
Yeah.
biceps. You
My
pumping iron now?
goodness.
There's nothing to do, Tom. This is like the county jail, but for everyone, even white women.
What do you mean there's not? What is your TV broke? Why are you working out?
I work at honestly, that's my thing. I put on first of all, everybody knows. I don't know if you notice, I love to play the lines. I love to put a little wager on a game or two.
Sure.
And
Me too, buddy.
that's the way that I keep in shape is I put a wager on a game and then I have my exercise bike set up right in front of my TV and I just sit on the bike and just watch the game.
Well, it looks like you're taking the bike and lifting it because your arms are significantly bigger than they were before.
Al, this isn't a joke. My older brother Sam has recently lost a bunch of weight, and I said, "How'd you do it?" He got an exercise bike. He only watches wrestling. His favorite thing is to watch wrestling. He only watches it while he's on his bike. And I go, "How much wrestling are you watching?" He goes, "About 12 hours a week."
Man.
Yeah, that's
is
about
pumping.
it.
He's lost like 40 pounds.
Do you know
just
what?
on that bike.
For as much as I make jokes on the show and all, bro, I've fluctuated with my weight for most of my life. Soul Cycle, me in a room with a bunch of white women, that changed my life because it, like, first of all, your feet are magnetically attached to the pedal, so you can't leave.
Is the title meant to be ironic? You would have.
It really. First of all, that Soul Cycle to me really showed me how men don't understand anything. We think that like making you manly is you going into a nasty gym in the Y with a bunch of other dudes grunting and farting and doing whatever they do, and that's the way men get in shape, as opposed to going to an exercise class with, I don't know, between 17 and 22 smoking hot women of all different ages. There's music. It's fun. It's engaging. You're going to burn like 500-600 calories. It's a great way if you're single. I am not, but to meet people. I don't know why I wasn't doing Soul Cycle 10 years ago.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Any kind of workout class, whatever. But that's like, if you want to meet women, it's just like everybody's like, you want girls, go join the football team. No, go join the actors class because there's 17 cute girls in there whose lines you got to go over with after the class. Maybe that's a better way to meet women.
I was a show choir, Al.
Yes.
Al, can you teach us how to? We got to get hip. Well, my dad has to get a little more hip.
All right.
Thank you.
Tom, are you ready to do this,
Yes.
man? How you feeling?
Good.
All right. Well, Tom, we're going to do one word that's going to be the same and one word that's different after, and it's going to change the meaning. So, Tom, if I tell you to bump it, B-U-M-P-I-T, what am I telling you to do?
Bump it.
To put that aside temporarily, and we'll get back to it.
Tom, look.
No.
Yes. No.
I think you got it.
I really am disappointed with the rest of the Bob and Tom game because you guys are starting to get so used to the fact that Tom is nailing these. We have come a long way in 2 years. He has nailed, like, I would say 4 of the last 10 we've done.
All right. Well,
Hey, 40%. That's
not bad.
That's really good.
See, as a woman, I thought you were talking about those bumpets that you put in your hair to make your hair.
Christy, I remember the infomercial.
Do you remember the bump it?
You better know what a bump it is.
Am I the only guy that thought the bump it kind of looked cute?
It was the Jersey Shore
kinda
era.
cute,
It was
yeah.
kind of
What is it?
It was this thing you put in your hair and it made a bump.
Make a bump in
for
it.
women's hair. And
Big in cheerleading.
so
competitive
it looks like your
cheerleading.
hair's teased.
Yeah,
essentially.
Is
Exactly.
that one local weather person? Is that how she does that?
I don't know. I don't
Oh, that is.
know who you're talking about, but
You know what I'm talking about, Ace. Boy, that's that looked great if you were a prom queen when Jackie Kennedy was the first lady.
Anything to get your eye off her face. I can tell you that.
Lovely girl.
Oh,
you guys
hey,
are
what's going on?
awful.
She's lovely. She just should not do that to her hair. Welcome back to the program. It's great to be here. Who's here? Well, we got the
Jeff
Skeleton
Gordon
crew.
Jeff Gordon was saying how about you yesterday at the Daytona 500
Was
a bunch
he?
of times.
Yeah.
He's a fan of the show. Maybe he got it from Tom.
Tom.
No, it's Chick's thing.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
boy.
not. That's fine. That just means the gloves are off.
Just
It's
say,
okay.
remember, just
I
instead of
apologize.
doing a
No.
joke, just say blonde 32.
Hell with you, lady.
Don't say that.
You
just
ever
say-
notice that everyone uses the term "look, lady"? It never's good after that.
Good point.
Look, lady.
Where was I? Oh, I was introducing our engineer, Ace Cosby.
Tom, I want to hear about your Valentine's Day.
No, you don't.
Jeff Roses. I see you with roses splayed out on the bed.
Oh, yeah.
And some sexy
Chilled
music.
champagne.
And you coming
little
up and going,
lingerie in a
well,
bag.
we've had dinner. Now, how about...
Hot sex. Did I mention that I was alone all day in my house with no one in there? Okay.
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay, so there was
That
nothing.
still doesn't rule out...
Hot sex. It did. Where was I? I was introducing. Christy Lee's over there at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Hey.
Josh Arnold is right there.
Hi.
And let's see now. Who did I forget? Oh, this is Tom speaking. Willie G, Patty G, Dean, all off today.
Oh, he had a big night. Put out his presidential manger and had a big dinner. Oh, yeah.
Presidential manger.
Oh, he has one. Do you think I'm joking?
So all his little dolls, because he has all the presidents,
Yes, he has
dolls of all the presidents.
He has a president's room.
They're not dolls. They're action figures.
Oh, I don't know. Not all the presidents did a lot of action.
Well,
A lot of well, here's some presidential.
did you know today is Susan B.
The
Anthony
Bob and Tom Show presents memorable moments in presidential history.
Various physical ailments have afflicted many of the men who've held the office of president. FDR was confined to a wheelchair due to polio. JFK suffered injuries in the war, which gave him terrible back pain. William Henry Harrison, Zachary Taylor, Warren Harding, as well as FDR passed away while in office. But perhaps no president had a more difficult handicap to overcome than Franklin Pierce, who was born with a second head growing out from the back of his neck. Supporters joked that two heads were better than one, while Pierce's opponents argued that he couldn't make up his own mind, let alone a second. While no paintings or photographs exist of Pierce's second head, his personal journals confirm the existence of the growth, which Pierce named Gerald and appointed as his chief of staff.
This has been Bob and Tom's memorable moments in presidential history.
Who knew?
Is it fair for me to be skeptical of that one?
It's fair.
Okay. Well, I can do this in the form of a quiz.
Yes, sir.
I can ask which president had two heads, but it hidden from the press.
Franklin Pierce?
Of course. There you go. Yeah, that's very good. Christy Lee, once again, at the Navy Federal Credit Bureau newsroom. What do we got over there?
A large conch shell overlooked in a museum for decades is now thought to be the oldest known seashell instrument. And it still works, producing a deep, go ahead, play it.
Sounds pretty good.
It's like a foghorn from the past, isn't it?
Oddly enough, they're getting that song out of sucking the conch. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
No,
They're known
They just
as-
call it
No,
blowing.
which president allegedly?
I thought you blew the conch.
No, they're known as conch suckers. Absolutely.
Did Christy? According to
Yes.
this, I don't know if you have
I
to
have
say
the whole story.
Okay, about what notes those are.
Sharp D produced a clear C, C sharp, and D notes.
I guess they got a professional horn player to do it.
The shell was found during the 1931 excavation of a cave with prehistoric wall paintings in the French Pyrenees and assumed to be a ceremonial drinking cup.
French Pyrenees, cute dogs.
Oh, yeah. Archaeologists from the University of Toulouse recently took a fresh look and determined it had been modified thousands of years ago to serve as a wind instrument. They invited a French horn player to play it. Hearing it for the first time for me, it was a big emotion and a big stress, said archaeologist Carol Fritz.
I don't think the guy's nationality has anything to do with it. A French horn player?
She feared that playing the 12-inch shell might...
mentioning that, yeah. What have they been from Germany? Or
right.
German horn?
She was afraid if they blew on the shell that it would damage it, but it didn't. It's estimated to be 18,000 years old.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Sure it is.
What's Chick? Why do you...
What the hell is a conch shell made out of? Is the
shell?
Is the mollusk or whatever that lives inside of those
it's a secretion
born with it?
I don't. Do they? Isn't that something they secrete to be?
It does. It oozes and then it builds around them and then they leave.
That's right.
Or they die and then rot.
Die and wither away and rot away and then they suck on it.
Fascinating.
Right.
And then we eat it for soup.
And they say it's 1800,
Chowder.
1800, 18,000.
18,000.
18,000 years old.
That's an old conch sucker.
There's no, there's no way to carbon dating or whatever. Ha!
They probably did that.
I don't think so.
It was found with other stuff. They know what's, but
And this bone goes into this dinosaur.
They just figured out that it wasn't a cup. It was in fact a horn.
Yeah,
kind of interesting.
How about that?
I think it's. Can you imagine if you're some expert horn player and they call you up and
want you to blow on a shell?
Yeah. Hey, Steve, ever blown on a conch? None of your business.
Would you be insulted? I would think.
No, I mean it's quite an interesting scientific.
Sure.
18,000. So
are they putting it on display?
In other words, this. I think the cool thing is that this sound was heard 18,000 years ago.
Yes.
But I'm guessing that the person that played it probably wasn't as good as this guy. This guy's been practicing for, I'm sure, dozens of years. And
oh, yeah.
I'm sure it was some amateurs, like handing a guitar to someone who's never touched one before. You're not going to get a lot out of it.
They don't really have any famous horn players right now. Remember Maynard Ferguson, Doc Severinsen, Herb Alpert? Remember all those guys?
Sure.
And now it's...
There's some very fine horn players out there. Branford Marcellus is very well known.
He's got to be one of the most well-known these days.
He doesn't have any hits. Where are his hits?
Right. Where are those single hits?
Like Rise or the theme from Rocky by Maynard Ferguson or other ones. Yeah.
Well, a shell isn't the only thing we've uncovered. American and Egyptian archaeologists have unearthed what could be the oldest known beer factory at an archaeological site in Egypt. Archaeologists found 8 huge units, each about 65 feet long and about 8 feet wide. Oh, stop. Get your minds out of the gutter. Each unit includes some 40 pottery basins in 2 rows, which had been used to heat up a mixture of grains and water to produce beer. The factory was apparently built in an area to provide royal rituals with beer, given that archaeologists found evidence showing the use of beer in sacrificial rites of ancient Egyptians.
Christy, you know what beer it was, don't you?
No, what was it?
Really old Milwaukee. Thank you very much. I got a smile at a chin.
That's nice.
Very nice.
And this was where again?
This was in Egypt.
Oh, so did they find King Bud in common?
Did they find King Bud in common?
Are you?
No, Bud. Budweiser.
I thought you said button cover.
Oh, we have a butt story. Hang on.
Okay, well, hang on. Coming up.
Well, that's the track.
There it is.
Unbelievable. There it is. Can you grab that, please, Jim?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, Bob and Tom. It's Donnie Baker.
Oh, hello,
How are
Donnie.
you, sir?
I'm good. Everybody have a good Valentine's Day?
Yeah, man. How about you?
Good.
Well, Josh, I really ain't got a special lady in my life right now.
Yeah, I didn't get any flowers.
And somehow I got locked out of Christian Mingle Land Farmers only.
Did you?
Never even had one harvest, you know. So much for meeting a chick who truly wants to get plowed. Anyways, this year I saved about $242, Christy, by not having to buy dinner and chocolates and a Plan B pill.
That's good.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I've been on the road this past month with my band, the Pork Pistols, and I've been feasting off a steady diet of Mountain Dew and gas station tornadoes. And the good news is I've also been enjoying an endless buffet of what we call road beef.
Oh, really?
God.
Meeting the ladies, are you?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't mind missing out on Valentine's too much, Tom. So anyways, for Valentine's Day this year, I made a hell of a meal for me and Woofy.
Did you? What'd you make?
I grilled us up a couple nice filet minions, and when I told Woofy about it, he wouldn't even touch it, Christy, because the steak's got the same name of them stupid cartoon characters you got him hooked on.
It's filet
Despicable
mignon.
Me, yeah.
Filet mignon. It's not the cartoon minion, Donnie.
Well, it's like you say, Tom, which came first, the filet minion or them annoying yellow-ass cartoon characters?
I love that cartoon.
We may never know. And luckily, Woofy liked the side dishes and appetizers I made, so he still ate good. Of course, I made my famous Baker P&J dippers.
Really?
And, you know, Christy, Woofy's favorite, them chocolate-dipped corn dogs with the sprinkles.
How about that?
He says you're always out of sprinkles at your house.
Yeah,
you know, it's weird spending Valentine's Day alone with your kid. I mean, there I was babysitting on the most horniest of all the holidays.
You're not babysitting your own kid, Donnie.
Well,
You're
no
a
wonder why
parent.
you single moms get all crabby and bitchy all the time. Oh, and by the way, attention single moms, knock it off with calling your son Mommy's little man. I swear to God. There ain't nothing I hate more than seeing some chick post a picture on Facebook with the caption, "My little man on town with a date with Mama." Yeah, I'm talking to you, Tanya. How you going to call all 7 of yours Mama's little man? Swear to God. Hell, your oldest little man's down on his back and has 2 kids of his own already. So listen, you single moms, fact remains he ain't your little man, he's your kid.
Right.
And just because he's got to listen to you bitch all the time about the problems in your life like a real man, don't make him a little man. If he's such a little man, let's see him go outside and bleed the brakes on your Sentra, you know?
Okay, yeah. Kid can't do that.
Thank you. If he's such a little man, let's see him smoke himself a 22-pound brisket, you know?
Yes.
Here's a question. If he's such a little man, then why do we have to pay you child support? Your Honor, she insists our son is a little man, but yet continues to collect child support from me. I got no issue supporting my child, but why should I be financially responsible once he becomes a man or little or otherwise? Case dismissed all day long.
I don't think so, Donnie.
And speaking of child support, Christy, I still ain't received your February payment yet.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, well.
I wish you'd hurry up.
Check's in the mail,
I'm going to
Donnie.
use it to buy some. Well, I'm going to buy some GameStop stock. I got a hot tip over the weekend. I swear to God, I don't want to miss out on making some sweet, easy cash.
Sure.
Unlike most of these hardtails that play stock market, I know when to dip in and dip out because, you know, I make my money off of profits.
Sure.
So maybe you can Venmo that to my cousin Lonnie, or just buy the stock for me and he'll be none the wiser. I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. That was very helpful.
No, it wasn't. He's.
Yes, Chick.
That was something.
Watch the entire show live or on demand at bobandtom.com or listen live with the Bob and Tom app. And be sure to tune in next time for more Bob and Tom Tonight.